It's me, Scott. I wasn't gonna stream tonight, but something just happened, and I'm just beside myself over here. I'm also probably a little. I went to the gym. I did take a shower, but still, I don't know, sweaty and hydrated. Forgive me. I'm shiny. I'm a little shiny. I'm just beside myself, tickled pink by something I saw a short while ago, and I feel like I have to just do a stream now. I feel ridiculous. This is so undeserved, but we'll just walk through what I experienced. So she was checking on, as I do, just checking to see if there were any new Blobz puzzles, because I'm on record with saying that Blobz is one of my favorite constructors. And there's very much that feeling of, oh, wake up, honey, new Blobz just dropped. And I see the latest Blobz puzzle, and I see that it's called Garner quads. And I'm like, well, I'm a goofball, a goober, you might say. I was like, what? Hey, that's my name. My name's Garner. What a weird coincidence. But Garner's a word people use. And then I click on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, Garner quads. What a funny thing. And then I didn't even notice this. I did not even process this actually until just now. But anyway, I didn't notice this. I'm like, oh, there's a nice little sunset, which, hey. But I didn't process that. And then I scroll down and I see the SG, and I'm like, oh, weird. Those are my initials. My initials are SG. What a weird. I wonder what that stands for. And then right here, hi Scott. Yes, this one's for you. Make sure it kind of works. So I don't even know what to say. This is every Blobz puzzle is a treat, but to get a shout out is I feel so undeserving of this. As like such a mediocre solver, an inconsistent streamer, fair weather Sudoku friend. I almost said crosswords. I'm definitely a fair weather crosswords friend. I barely do this anymore. So, it's the most baffling part of the whole thing is how long it took me to realize that it was for me. So I appreciate this extremely explicit call. So, Blobz. What a lovely trivia is absolutely, it could not be less deserved. I can't even fathom that I would rate a puzzle like this. But as I've said before, and I will continue to say, Blobz, one of my favorite constructors. I'm excited about this, but now I'm also nervous about it, because what if I screw up? What if I screw up my dedication puzzle? And it's a Monday night. Like probably nobody. Like where's Skojo? Where's Owen Chris? Who's going to help me solve this if I blow it? Also, I don't have the bot in the corner. I hope I'm actually recording audio. I appear to be. So anyway, I'm just going to start this, and we'll see how it goes. I know what a region sum line is. We've got a region sum line over here. We'll talk about all the rules in a second. We've got a Rinban, a very robust Rinban, and we've got a bunch of quads. Sadly, we have no 4-digit quads, which would make it a little bit lower hanging fruit for me. But I'm very excited. I just can't tell you how taken aback I was. Just incredibly tickled too. And the asymmetry of this is staggering. Like if anybody watched me do anything, I would be like, oh yes, of course, my incredible platform, my tens of viewers will see your puzzle and appreciate it. So this is such a imbalance. There's such an imbalance here. So, but I really am grateful. Thank you very much. So, let's just try it. So, okay, we'll talk through the rules. There's normal Sudoku rules, as you might imagine. There's no extremely daunting triple threat of yin yang sight line. I love those puzzles. It's a great series, and all of the puzzles in it are great. But that was a daunting one. We'll see how we do with this. So I'm gonna click start, and we'll talk through what we have. So we have quads, meaning that anytime we have a little dot like this with numbers in it, it just means that somewhere in this quad is a 4 or 9. Somewhere in this quad, a 4 and a 9, and a 3 and a 6, and there's a 1 here, and you can start to see weird tensions where it's there's a 1 up here, so how could there be a 1 here? So we'll be on the lookout for things like that. of where we can or can't place certain digits. We have a RIN band is the pink line, and because it is a 9-digit, I think, a 9-digit RIN band, we're expecting to see the digits 1 through 9 here without any repeats. So in this case, it's like the most robust of RIN bands, where we have, just like in a row or a column or box, we're gonna have the digits 1 through 9 once each. So that will be interesting. Oh yeah, I was about to draw conclusions that I don't think I can make yet. So that's the S. In the G here is a I think it's a region sum, I think is the common name for it, but basically it means that where the line passes, in equal sum within each box that passes through, where the line passes through the same box more than once, each individual segment sums to n separately. That means that this little line segment has some digit associated with it. This line segment sums to whatever this digit is. This is the same digit as this. These two digits both sum to this. So we'll find some, I'm sure there will be some fun constraints there. And I think we just start. I really am a little nervous about this, because what if I can't do the puzzle? Or what if I get really far and then I make a terrible mistake? Oh boy. Okay, let's start with some really low-hanging pencil marks, I think, is where I would want to start. So we can see that this digit and this digit are the same, right? Because it's both this segment and this segment are one cell long. These 3 digits added together equal this, and the least these could be is 1, 2, 3. Maybe they're even more constrained than that, and I'm just not seeing it yet, but 1, 2, 3. So it's a minimum of 6 here. So both of these digits are 6, 7, 8, or 9. In fact, I don't even know if this is the place to start. I should probably start with some quads, but this is where I'm drawn to start. And that means we cannot have a digit higher than 6 here, right? Because it's 1 plus 2. 2 of these, even if we minimize them, 6. So we already know that the 8 from this quad is here. The 2 could still be over here. Is that true? If we don't have the 2, yeah, because then we could just have 1, 3, 4 is 8. So that would still be okay. We do have to have a 1 or a 2 here. That is a requirement, I believe, because if we don't have a 1 or a 2, we have 3, 4, 5, which is 12. So one of those 2 numbers will be in here. That also means that this digit has to be, we have to be able to create this digit by summing 2 cells together. And unfortunately, that's fine for all of these. 6 you can make 6 in 2 ways in 2 digits. 7 and 8 you can make in 3 ways each in 2 digits. And 9, there's 4 ways to make a 9. So I don't know that will be tremendously helpful immediately. So what did we do here? This is going to push, so do I feel confident in this? There's definitely not an 8 here. So there's definitely an 8 here. So there's definitely not an 8 here. So there is an 8 here, because we have to have an 8 in this quad. I would really feel better if some capable Sudoku person was here to catch me making errors. Oh no, the background is broken. I just realized. I was so excited about starting this puzzle that I broke the background. Forgive me. I'll fix that immediately. I gotta remember how. In fact, let's try to, I don't actually know how to get out of this. We're trapped in the sky. Okay, sorry, short digression. Let's pause here. I got so excited about my shoutout puzzle that I failed to recognize that the background was broken. Okay, what I want to do, I think, find like something just called blob. Use some good like blobby shaders. Look at that beautiful blob. Look at these blobs. Is this an appropriate blob? Ooh, look at that blobs. That one has a warning on it. Let's maybe not run that one. This guy is very cute. Ooh, look at those. Yeah, these have warnings, I'm afraid. What's the hottest? Look at the hottest blobs. Those are pretty. Look at these. Hopefully this does not crush my computer. Okay, we got our blobs going in the background. Yes, we're blobbing it up. Okay. Okay. My apologies. Okay, so that is going to place an 8. And we know it's here, right? We know it's not here. So that means 8's not on this part of this rim band. The 8 is somewhere. But it also means 8 is up here somewhere, but it's any of one of 3 of these. Oh, it's actually not. Oh, I think we get a digit. So I just want to go through this again because I really don't want to make any mistakes. There's not an 8 on here because this is region sunlight. So the 8 gets pushed over here. If there's an 8 on this quad, it gets pushed over here. That means there's an 8 up here, right? But because there's an 8 on this quad and an 8 on this quad, we've already used the 8s available to these 2 rows. So this 8 can only be here. And that rules an 8 out of here, which because we know these are the same digit, rules an 8 out of here. So that helps us narrow some things down a bit. Anything else super duper obvious like that? Actually, yeah. There's a 8 here and an 8 here. Interesting. So there's an 8 here and an 8 here, and by that same logic, that's going to push an 8 over here. And there's a 5 here and a 5 here. And since 5 and 8 can't be here, I think we get a 5-8 pair there. A true statement. Feels too good to be true. No. We can also see, because we have a 7 here and a 7 here, that 7 is going to be down here, which is going to knock 7 off of this, and this. So we're down to 6, 9 for the sum of these lines, knowing that if it's 6, it can only be 1, 2, 3 here. And this would have to be like 5, 1. Okay, let's do more of that with quads, I think. We have a 9 here and a 9 here, so we're gonna end up with a 9 down here. Really hope I'm not making a mistake. What a travesty that would be. We have an 8 here, we have a 3 and an 8 here. So we have 3 and 8, that's not true. We have 3 and 8 here along with some other unknown digit. We do definitely have a 9 up here somewhere. Interesting. There's a 4 here and a 4 here. Doesn't that mean that 4 is just here? Isn't that the only possible way that can work in a single cell? That means there's not a 4 there, so that means there's a 4 here. Right? This 4 is ruling 4 out of there, so we end up with 4 over here. That means there's a 4 down here. Sure, I'm missing tons of these. Interesting. We have an 8 here and an 8 here. Which is going to push the 8 down here. But that means that essentially we're saying the 8 is definitely in the bottom row, but it's also in this quad, right? So this is never an 8. This obviously is not an 8. So the 8 in this land is down here, but we said that the 8 wasn't here. So doesn't that place an 8? I feel like I'm being... Okay, I'm going to stop talking about how self-conscious I am. It's not helping anybody. We have a 2, 9 are hanging out up here somewhere. I'm guaranteed to make a mistake. I should just embrace that now. The 2 is in this quad, so the 2 is not here. Took care of the 3, 8. Oh, we have the same thing here. There's... Seems we are required to have a 9 there. And if we're required to have a 9 here, we have a 9 here. I'm required to have a 9 in the bottom row in this land. I think. I feel like I'm jumping all over the place in a very ridiculous way. It's not a very structured attempt. This 1 is funny because I don't know the best way to pencil mark this, but you can see that this is not a 1. You can see that this is not a 1. So this 1 is either here or here. But I don't really know. Yeah, I don't really know the best way to deal with that. I guess we know that if this is a 6, then this has to be a 5 with a 1. And if it's a 9, it could be a 5 with a 4. Oh, couldn't be. This was 4 right here. Or an 8 with a 1. So actually this is 1 in either case. Is that a true statement? 5 plus 1 is 6. 5 plus 4 is 9. 8 plus 1 is 9. It's just a 1. That's cool. So without knowing the sum, we know one of the constituent digits. It feels like there's more of these. Yeah, there are. So there's a 7, 8 here. So in addition to 8 being up here, 7 is up here. So for this fellow, the 7 is up top. Doing a lot of pencil marking of that. I mean, I'm not confident that it's right or that it's good, but I'm doing it. I think we can all agree. There's something eye-catching about this 1, 7, but I don't really know. I don't really know what to do with it. I wonder if this can be the same as this. I don't really see a reason it can't be. We haven't thought much about the Rin band, but because anything can be on the Rin band, I mean, we know the 9 is not here, I guess. We know the 1 isn't here. But, yeah, I don't know. Well, this is not, actually, that's sort of interesting, because that means this is not 1 or 7 or 5 or 8. So this is modestly constrained. So is this. This is not 2 or 9 or 3 or 8. Do I go mad with pencil marks? Feels like it's not the time for that, but I'm gonna. So in the case of these, let's just do our fun process of elimination. You can obviously see that this cannot be 1 or 7 or 5 or 8. 1 or 7 or 5 or 8. These are the digits that are available here. That just doesn't, now that I actually did that, does not look very constrained at all. And this one would be no 2, no 9, no 3, no 8. 2, 3, 8, 9 removed from there, which is kind of interesting. I don't know, that was the, I feel like these are not useful pencil marks, but I've already done it, so what am I going to do now? What could I possibly do? This is sort of interesting in terms of like what could go here if this is a 6 or a 9 relative to what we have available here. But maybe not that interesting yet. I feel like I've missed more of these little pair-ups, so just want to think about these little lands. We learned about our 9 from here. We've garnered some 9s. We got our 7s and 8s lofted into the sky. We got our 8 pressed down here. We got our 9 lofted up there. We got our 3 and our 8 here. We got our 2 and our 9 there. No overlap there that I'm aware of. Oh, this is 4 and 9. Oh, okay. Well, that does it. So this 4 and 9 means that both, I should have seen this already. 4 and 9 means 4 and 9. Dolce, how's it going? 4 and 9 over. I'm so excited. I got a shout out puzzle from Blobz. A completely undeserved shout out puzzle, but here we are. And I've already embarrassed myself by not seeing this immediately. So this 4 and this 9 are going to push 4, which we saw, and 9 here, which means this could never be a 9, which should have been very obvious to me from the beginning of time that this is a 6, which is going to, yeah, that's going to have quite a lot of pressure put on these other cells. So I think it's fair to say that this is, Dolce is going to now spot that I did something wrong. And I'm going to be so embarrassed. But it'll be good because it'll be better to see that I've done it wrong 20 minutes in versus an hour in. So I'm going to say that means this has to be a 1, 2, 3 triple, right? To sum to 6. And that means this has to be 5. Oops. 5. And this is going to be the 8. So this is not an 8. And we know there's an 8 here. It's not here. So the 8 is here. That eliminates both of these 8s. And we, for some reason, decided 8 was here. Yeah, because of these, we pushed 8 over here. So this is 8. So we have our first number on the rim band now. We've got a lot of 8s. Hundreds of 8s. We now have hundreds of 8s. We know this is not a 7 because we're now summing to 6. So to sum to 6, we would need 4, 2, but we can't have the 4. So weirdly, this, I think, does have to be the inverse of this because you can't make 6 into 2 digits. You can't have a double 3, so you can have 5, 1, or 2, 4. 4 is not available to us. So we have addressed the 5 and the 4 are taken care of here. We do know we need an 8 over here. We've got our 1, 2, 3 triple, which is going to do what? It's going to push a 1 over here, which is going to push a 1 over here, which is going to push this 1 over here, but it can't be in here, so that's a 1. Oops, we need to remove our 1 and our 5 because of this 1 and 5. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't make any mistakes. So we got our 8 here. Did we think hard about this yet? So let's put an 8 here. Is it the time to start thinking about Sudoku? Hope not. We gotta get our 2 out of this already, so that is addressed. So this is not a 2. 1 is obviously over here. What do we want to think about now? 8's there, 8's there. 8's over here. 8. Well, this is kind of interesting. So we've got 8 cornered here on this quad, but 8 is not the same number as 9, and 8 is already on the rim band. So that does put 8 here, which is going to push this 8 in here. Just thinking about where 6 is going to go on the rim band, because we're already kind of squishing it. Also, where's 2? So because of these, neither 9 nor 2 are going to be on the rim band in here. So both 9 and 2 have to make an appearance here. Right, okay. 9 is not here. 9 is also not here. So that means 9 is in one of these 2 cells, which is a weird thing to pencil mark, so I'm not going to. But that does mean that's not a 9. Similarly, well, maybe not quite as good actually. We know 2 is not there. Because of this triple, we know 2 is not there. Oh, and 2 is not here because of that. I'm gonna do that one more time, sorry. Where does 2 go on the rim band? We have said 2 is over here because of the 2-9 situation. Actually, the 2-9 situation means that the 2 is nowhere in this land, right? So 2 is here or here, but this 1, 2, 3 triple means it's not there. So that means this is a 2. And if I'm trusting my pencil marks, this, why do we think this is true? This can't be a 9 because 9 is over here. And there's a 9 here, so that does seem true that that is a 9. So that's not a 9. Sometimes I know I should trust my pencil marks, but I don't. We know that 9 is not in this land at all. We know that 9 is not here. I've already forgotten why we said I couldn't have a 9 here. Was it because of the, it was because of the rim band logic, right? Oh, right, because our 9s are already all consumed here. Up here and here. So there's no way to get a 9 on the rim band here. So the 9 has to be here. So then that does seem to check out that this would be a 9. I might believe that. Oh my gosh. Falling apart. Okay. This appears to not be a 9. So this somehow appears to be a 2-9 pair. Because 2 and 9 can't go anywhere in here. Why can't? And 2 has to be in here. And 9 can't be here. So this, I think, is a 2-9 pair. I don't know what to do with that, but feels true. Feels like a true statement. 6 is not here, and 6 is not here. The 6 is in here. I don't know if I care very much about that at this moment in my life. I don't feel terribly useful. 1s on the rim band, 1 is not there, and 1 is not there. I guess we knew this, right? We knew a 1 had to be here. So there's a 1 over here somewhere. But I don't think we can quite rule that out yet. Not quite yet. I should probably be looking somewhere else. I'm just thinking about the rim by now. So 1's there, 2's there, 3's there. 4, do we know? I don't feel like we know enough about 4s in our lives. 5s. Already got the 8. Already got the 9. I don't know. I want some more clarity, I guess. I mean, this is relatively restricted. This digit. What is this digit? It's not a 1. It's not a 2. It's not a 3. Why isn't it a 3? Because of this. Could be a 4. It's not a 5. I guess it could be a 6. And I guess it could be a 7. It's not an 8, it's not a 9. So that's 4, 6, 7. 4, 7. Okay. I don't feel like this is the place to look. It also feels like there's probably some really obvious quad overlap stuff that I have not yet observed. Nine being there. Anything else that seems... This is 4, 5, 6, 7, but do we really care about that? You know, 6 is in here. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, really messing up my shortcuts here. We know 6 is in here because it just is. We also know that this 6 is going to squish a 6 over here, which is going to eliminate this 6, which is going to make this just a 6. And that means this 6 and this 6, yeah, that all checks out. So this is just 4, 5, 7. I don't feel like we know much about 7s in the world. I mean, we kind of do. There's probably something here that I just am not thinking about. Well, 7 in this column. So this is not a 7 because 7 is over here. None of these are 7s. So 7 in this column is here. So what? I don't know what conclusion I thought I was drawing from that. I mean, I pencil marked a 7. Doesn't mean a 7's up here. Right? Because we have 7 in the lower part of the universe. So there is a 7 just bubbling around up there. Four in this column we have, 5 in this column we have. And now getting self-conscious. We certainly know there's a 6 down here. So that means this digit is not, this digit could be not 1, it could be 2 or 3 or 4, it's not 5, it's not 6, it could be 7, it's not 8, 9, it's not as restricted as this. See, I feel like I definitely, when I panic, I default to pencil marking. I'm gonna pencil mark panic, basically. I just want to check. So I don't want to default to that. I don't want to succumb to a pencil mark panic. Nobody wants to be in a pencil mark panic. Do you know the 1 is here and the 7 is here? I don't remember how we know that, but we appear to know that. Somehow we said the 1 is up here. See, this is where I really just stopped trusting my pencil marks. Oh, right. It's because this one pushed this one, pushed this one. I think that's what happened. So this digit is not a 1 or a 2. Some worlds probably can be a 3, right? Seems like that's a thing it can be. Can't be a 4. Can be a 5. Can't be a 6. Can't be a 7. Can't be an 8. Can't be a 9. Can this really only be 3 or 5? Is that really a true statement? Feels too good to be true. It's not 1 or 2. It can be 3. It's not 4. It can be 5. In fact, we certainly need a 5 around here. Can't be 6. Can't be 7 because it's over here. Can't be 8. Can't be 9. I don't know that really helped me, but I feel good knowing it. Four is also definitely over here. Wait, what are the digits that, okay, sorry, I gotta just, what are the digits actually missing here? So we have 1, 2, could be 3, no, don't do that. Could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 7, 8. That's what's available. And this, of course, sends it into 4 because we already have it. Oops. Oh my gosh. So 3, 7, and 8. What do we know about that? Isn't it still possible for 3 to be down here? It just feels like there's a lot of digits over here, you know? 4 is definitely over here. Well, so 4 is definitely over here, so 4 is definitely down here. Again, pencil marks are getting out of control. They're doing me more harm than good, possibly. The 1 on this line is unquestionably here. That just has to be true, right? The 5 on this line is not here or here. So it's here or here. Is that true? Yeah, 1 and 5 are not here. And they both have to make an appearance on this line. So this is a 1-5 pair. That's cool. I like a 1-5 pair. 9 needs to live in this box. Probably. Oops, sorry, the 9's over here. Foolish. Heliopollux, how's it going? Helio, I got a shout out puzzle from Blobz. I'm so excited, and I feel like I'm making a mess of it. But I'm certainly enjoying it. And that I'm just telling myself that's what matters, no matter how poorly I do. Jolte says I'm doing fine. So the 4 remaining digits here. 1, 2. Somebody, it feels like there can be 3s here, right? 3. Still need 4s. So we need 3, 4, we have 5, 6, 7. 6, 7, oops. Yeah, 6, 7, right? So this is a 3, 4, 6, 7 quadruple. We already know that 6 is over here, so that's not 6. We already somehow know that 3 is over here because of this and this, so that's not 3. So we do have a 4, 6, 7. It'd be cool to rule 3 out of one of these. That'd be a cool thing to do. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So one of these is 2. Well, that means 7 is down here and 7 is down here. So 7 is up here. So this is not a 7. Oops. Any more of those? We know 6 is down here. This 2, 3. It is a requirement that we have a 2 here. I haven't really talked about that. The 2-ness. The 2 that is required here does force a 2 up here. And 4 of these 6 digits are defined. Actually, 5 of these 6 digits are defined. Right? There's 6 digits up here. We have 4 of them given to this, and we have an 8. Does that leave room for a 2? Possibly. If so, it would push a 2 down here. Oh, there is a 7 here and a 7 here. I think I already knew that because I have 7 pencil marked over here. But I'm now in the stage where I'm just forgetting things I already knew. Right? 7 here means no 7 here. Oops. 38, my signature number. Still are trying to make an 8 happen. Okay, I feel like I'm doing a bad job again. Oh, is there anything? No, I think we already took care of that. Like pairs or. We certainly, yeah, okay, well, yeah, we know that. There's already an 8 on this. This is not an 8. What are you doing? This should be a quadruple. Because they're the 4 remaining. A 3, 4, 6, 7 quadruple, because those are the remaining digits on the rim band. My pencil marks are giving me anxiety now. I have to say, it's too much. We got to start placing some digits to get rid of these pencil marks. There's no other solution. 8. It just feels like we have so many digits crammed over here. It's a mess, frankly. It's a hodgepodge. Okay. The 2 and 9 we've had some conversations about. Does mean that 9 is over here. And as 9 is over here, 9 is down there, so we know that, we feel good. cool to get 9 out of here. I don't think we're not in that stage yet. This is the 7. Determine 7 was up here. Somehow. I mean, it seemed to have already known this. That the 7 here and the 7 here. So this 7 is only down here. It seemed to be learning things I already know. Did push this 6 over here. Which is all well and good. This digit is interesting because I have like 800 pencil marks in this box. What can this digit even be at this point? This digit can't be a 1. It can't be a 2. It can't be a 3. It would appear at this moment that it could be a 4. It would appear at this moment it could be a 5. It cannot be a 6. It cannot be a 7. Cannot be an 8, cannot be a 9. So that digit seems like it can only be 4 or 5, which is like is almost kind of cool. It's not cool. This smooth saxophone music, though, is it cool? Did get this 4 already. Love to push a 5 around. Okay, I should think about some things I just haven't thought about in a while, right? The Rin band. Well, this Rin band has to have a 6 on it. And right now, the only place that can happen is here. So this is not a 6. So we get a 4, 7 there. And now we have, oh my gosh, come on, just nudge around a little bit. Not happening. Definitely a 6 in here. That's a statement I'm prepared to make. Is there something crazy about the interplay of like where the 7s can go or not go? Almost. Not quite. I was trying to see if there's like one of those things where it's like, oh, if you put the 7 here, it can never appear on the Rin band, but it's not quite. Or, you know, if I put a 7 here, no, it just doesn't quite get it. It feels like there's almost one of those things where it's like, if you put a 7 here, it can no longer go in the other box or something. You know what I mean? Like, say I put a 7 here, so it can't appear on the Rin band, and it can't appear here. But in the case of the 7, at least, it could still appear there. So maybe there's one of those kinds of tricks going on. But if there is, I'm not seeing it at this moment. Yeah, Rin band, it's holding its secrets out on me. One. Do it on ones. What's going on with ones, everybody? Ones. Okay. Well, what do we know about ones? I don't know that we know that much. There's a 1 up here, right? No, 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 no. Ones. One's here, here. One's here and here. One's not here. There's a 1 down here. Oh, I feel tremendously useful. 2s. I think I saw out of the corner of my eye a hint, Dolce, but I'm gonna try to just not be hinted because I'm so tickled by having a shout out puzzle. So I'm sure you're seeing things that I'm missing, but I really want to try to do this one hintless if I can. I think I can. I'm sure it'll be excruciating to watch, and I apologize for that in advance. 2s. We know about 2s being in there. We know about 2 there. 2 up here somewhere, 2 somewhere. I don't know. 2s I don't feel. You know a little bit about 3s in the world. Three here, 3 here. No, we haven't talked about that, have we? There's a 3 here. Ah, okay. Okay. There's a 3 here and a 6 here. And this needs a 3 and a 6. So this just is 3, 6. Is that true? This needs 3, 6. I have a 3. I should have seen this a long time ago. I've pushed the 3, 6 here, which bumps the 1, 7 over here. Somehow we've said this can't be a 7. Yeah, because of this and this. So that is a 7. Okay, I'm sure that was very obvious. Now we get a 4, 5 pair. So we get that's not how you do Sudoku at all. We get a 7 here. So we have that 7 here. But that also means, because we have a 2 here and there's a 2 here, does that break 1s somehow? No, but it does mean that this is a 1. And it means this is not a 1. So it means this is a 1. Okay. Are we cooking with gas? Possibly? This is possibly a cooking with gas situation. It would appear that this is a place one could put a 2. One could put a 2. And that this would be a 4, 5. Okay, that felt very exciting. And that means down here we have 1, 4, 5. Right? We need a 1 in this column, and we need the other half of the 4, 5. That's not a 4 at all. Right, we knew that. 4's down here. Everybody knew that. But this 3 and this 3 means this is a 3. This is still somehow something. 7 over here. What are we missing in here? It's just 1, 4, 5, 7, right? 1, 4, 5, 7. We know this is not a 4. So the 5 is all over the place. It's a hideous mess. Probably. I have to know something about that though, right? 7s. Yeah, well, yeah, one's not over here. We know that. 4, 5 and a 4, 5. 4, 5 pair there. So the other half of this 4, 5 is here. The other half of this 4, 5 is here. And then the 7 is also. So it's some combination of 4, 5, and then 1 in this column and 7 in this column, with the 4s at the bottom. Is that what we're understanding here? So this is 1 with 4 or 5, and this is 7 with 4 or 5, and wherever the 4 is, that's on the bottom. But I don't think that means I know where the 5 is. We learn anything else up here? We fully addressed this and this. That's very exciting. With the 8, we know the 2 is here. Oh, well, we know the 5 is on this side, don't we? Because of this. So there's no 5 over here. So that is a 7, a 4. That's not a 4. Oops. Definitely tell me if I make a terrible mistake. If I make a mistake, please throw a tomato. I feel like I'm doing okay. So I know, I'm sure it's very frustrating to watch. I apologize. On any other puzzle, I would say throw tomatoes all day, but I'm excited to try to solve this unassisted if I can. But definitely, if I make a mistake, please let me know, because I would be so heartbroken. But I feel like we're cooking. Oh, and Chris. How's it going? Oh, and Chris, I got a shout out puzzle from Blobz. I'm so excited. I'm probably speaking too loudly. I'm probably upsetting the neighbors, but I truly am tickled. 7's here, 7's here. And these 7, so this appears to be a 7. So you're not a 4, you're not a 2. Oh, I'm just glad you stopped by at all. What game are you playing? I really did miss streaming. It's very hard when you don't stream for a few months to like build the momentum back up. And I'm not saying I have built the momentum back up after streaming twice, but I missed it. I missed all of you. Okay, look at that. So we have our Rinban is a complete thought. And that was a weird statement, depending on how you interpret it, but it's a thought that has been executed completely. Also a weird statement. There was nothing. There was nothing between the lines. That was just a failure phrasing, let's say. Not advocating for the execution of anyone. We seem to have narrowed the 9 down to here. So this is now complete. It's over here. Did we know something else about that? Yes, because now that means we have 4 and 9 here. So this becomes a 4-9 pair. Oh my gosh, Life is Yours. Life is Yours, I got a shout out puzzle. I'm so excited you're missing it. Wait, where are you going? Travel safely. I miss you, Life is Yours. Have a safe trip. Please add some picture postcards in the Discord. Okay, what are we missing here? We're missing 2 and another number. That is a 3. And 2 is already here. Oh, and 3 is already here. Boy, I'm good at Sudoku. Ooh, okay. I will check out that puzzle. I might only do this puzzle this stream, just because I sort of want to just sit. I don't know, like a little trophy case. This will be a little trophy. I haven't had it. It's a long time ago, like 12 years ago or so. I had a podcast in the early days of podcasts called Kiss and Tell, and someone wrote a rap for me. Or actually, that's not true. They wrote a rap and they name dropped me among a few other things from the podcast, and that was my first slash biggest shout out. So it's been a long time since I've had a shout out. So I'm very tickled. Oh, and Chris, whatever. We've been through this before. 1 star. Okay, I'm getting distracted. I need to undistract. Let's refocus. So that does that also? No, it doesn't. We could still have a 4 here. So the middle of this puzzle is looking incredible. I have to say. I'm very pleased with the middle of this puzzle. Over here, we are missing a 3, a 8, and what? A 6? 386? An early PC. Right? 368. That's all it's missing. That's not a 3, that's not an 8. This is a 368 triple, is it not? It is. It's a requirement that 3 is over here, so 3 is not here. So 3 is over here, and somehow we've ruled 3 out of these cells. Yeah, because of these. So we ruled 3s out. So we get the 3 and the 7. We have now, we finally get the 6 on the Rinban. We get the 4 on the Rinban, and the only remaining digit we haven't put on the Rinban is the 7. That's exciting. We've now completed the Rinban. We're going to end up with a 3-8 pair across the world over here. In fact, a double 3-8 pair. Let's do the 7 first. If I miss it. Let's remove 4, 7 here. Let's remove 7 here. Listen, I thought it was a coincidence. But it is a. Yeah, I was slow on the uptake. I know you missed the first part of the stream, but I was very slow on the uptake in realizing that, yes, indeed, it is. This refers to me. It's not a coincidence. Even though, if you look at Logic Masters, the wallpaper of the puzzle, or like the image posted with the puzzle, is this wallpaper. It still didn't catch on immediately. I'm gonna pretend that is not just me being totally absent-minded, and I'm gonna pretend it's a form of humility. So that means we need a 3-8 over here. We've got to do it. So we get a 3-8 pair here, and that gets unraveled by this 3. So we get the 8, we get the 3, we get the 8, we get the 6, we get the 3. We got a 3 in the corner. We seem to get the 1 down here. I love the little fanfare of the 3. I really wish the whole screen went black, and instead of the confetti, it showed like a little spotlight up here on the 3. Yeah, it's an SG. Yes, even that I didn't catch on immediately. Uh-oh. Did the stream just mess up? That was weird. No, it does appear to be a legitimate shout out. It could be some crazy form of narcissism, but there could be some other Scott Garner out there. Oh, and I'm glad you're as tickled as I was. Okay, so we still need a 2 over here. We also need a 5 and a 6. And the 6 and 5 are already seen, right? That's what we need here is 2, 5, 6. And this is just the 2. And this is a 5, 6 pair, and that 5 sees it. So that's 5, that's 6. So that's very exciting. I feel we're closing in on the point where I just need to like pay attention and do Sudoku. But as you know, I never want to do Sudoku. Very excited. We got the region sum. We got the Rinban. Rather than doing Sudoku, I'm going to just pay attention to the quads instead. But I feel like we're honing in on our quads. I did not pencil mark that correctly, but I guess we can now. You can just see that it is, in fact, a 2-9. We have 2-9, 2-9, so this just is a 2-9 pair. So Blobz found me on YouTube somehow and like commented kind words, and then I was, I did that last stream. I was really excited to do that Blobz, the yin yang sightline numbered rooms puzzle, and I posted that on YouTube. So I assume Blobz saw that. I keep saying he. It's an assumption. I should say they. Blobz saw it. Forgive me for the assumption. So this triple, we have 1, 2, 3, or maybe I didn't say he. I don't know. Now I don't know what I've said. Anyway, I'll just refer to Blobz only as Blobz. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do we need over here? We need a 5, 6, 7. Is that really what we need here? And that 5 is visible here. And, well, we need a 7 here either way. But that's not a 5. That's not a 7. This column will be what? 3, 8. I'm so bad at this. 4? Yeah, 3, 8, 4. And we have 3, 4 here, so that's the 8. And that's the 8 needed for this quad. Oops. Oh, it's the opposite of what I want. So, that takes care of this, right? Well, no, it doesn't. We need the 3 in here. So that is required to be there, so that's required to be there. That unravels our 3, 6 pair here, so this is happy. That unravels our 4, oops. Yeah. Did I do that correctly? Yes, that is a 9, that is a 4. The 4, 9 required here. We've ruled out this 8, but we know we need an 8 here. And there's an 8 there and there. So we can trust our pencil mark, I think. We get the 2 and the 9. We get this 7. There's the 5, 6 pair here. The 5, 6 pair over here, but there's the 5s. That's a 6, 5, 6. We still need 5 and 7 here. 7 is there. We need 5, which is there. And that just leaves what? 2? And in this column, we need what? A 2 and a 3? 2, 3? That's the 2, that's the 3. And then we did actually end up with the 4, 9 pair over here. So that's the 9. That's the 4. And then that was this. Did we do it? I'm going to be so sad if I didn't do it right. Hooray! Okay, Blobz, I just can't tell you enough how tickled I am by this. Like, I know I keep saying it. I know I have overstated it. But it really is a really lovely tribute. That is just completely, entirely undeserved. Just massively undeserved. But much appreciated. So I don't know what to say other than thank you. I appreciate it. So Dolce, to recap, I mentioned this at the top of the stream, but I know some of you didn't catch it. I was just looking for a puzzle to do tonight, and I wasn't going to stream. I was just like, oh, what puzzle should I do? So I go and check my, I just went to Logic Masters and I just searched for Blobz. In fact, I just do like a Google search, Logic Masters Blobz, because that's just one of my favorite constructors that I check. We need to enter the solution. And then, so this is what I see. The page loads and I go to publish puzzles and I'm like, oh, a puzzle yesterday called Garner Quads. Weird, what a coincidence. My name is Garner. And then I go here. I completely miss this. I'm just looking on my phone. Does not even occur to me. I'm scrolling down, then I'm like, oh, that's weird. An S and a G, those are my initials. And then I see this. Hi, Scott. Yes, this one's for you. Thanks for the kind words. So it's just, it's just such a kind gesture. It's one of those things, I don't even know what to say about it. It really made my day. Easily made my day, if not my week, my month, my year. Like it really, it was just such a pleasure to find that. Just immediately started texting people like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I got a Blobz shout out. Um, okay, row 4, followed by... Wait, did I actually do row 4? That wasn't row 4 at all. Oh, no. Now I've broken everything. Row... Oh, that was row 4. Sorry. I'm losing my mind now. I'm going to say the difficulty... I never know what to say on this because everything I think is harder than I need it to be, so then it's meant to be. So I'm just going to say it's average. And I'm going to say it is very nice. And I never comment. Such an incredible what? Is this Ben? I don't know. Am I a pillar of the Sudoku community by like sporadic streams and poorly and poor execution on puzzles? It's hard to say. This was such an incredible gesture. Thank you. I kind of want to hide it because I just don't like. I don't know. Wait, am I Ben? So you're saying I'm the #1 Sudoku streamer? So Dolce, normally I make things, and so I've been streaming on and off for years now, which is ridiculous to say. Even though I took a huge break this year because of a job, and only and had been watching like Cracking the Cryptic for years, but not really solving. And then I got really into it in a deep way. And so earlier this year, I was streaming Sudoku all the time, and then I took like 5-month break or something, and so this is only my second Sudoku stream like since May or something like that. And maybe it's time for a rebrand, Ben. Could be time. Am I gonna post a public comment on the internet? I have a pretty strong no public comment on the internet policy, but maybe it's time. Maybe I break my I make an exception to the rule. I never post comments on the internet, but this was such an incredible gesture. Thank you. I'm going to do it. Okay, I did it. I can't believe this. I posted a comment on the internet. What a shock. That was a great puzzle. I really enjoyed it. It was so good. What is it? People didn't like the Star Trek puzzle? Why didn't they like the Star Trek puzzle? Were people anti-Star Trek? I don't know. I did not look at the group puzzle yet. Well, that's adorable. What kind of line is this? No, should I do a second puzzle? I definitely not intended to do another puzzle. The stars are the difficulty, and the percentage is the like popularity score, basically. And so, surprisingly, the Star Trek one and the I Am Groot one is surprisingly low. I wonder why? People just not fans of palindromes? Well, now I feel like I want to do this puzzle. Wait, are there other group puzzles? I know, it makes me sad. I'm not. I know very little about the Guardians of the Galaxy. I never read the comics. I never saw the movies. I did play the game because it was gifted to me, and there was definitely some parts of the game that I enjoyed the spectacle of, but I don't know that I need like more Guardians of the Galaxy in my life. Oh, really? I mean, I could see it be popular. I like this little mask. It's cute. Okay, let's do it. I definitely did not intend to solve another puzzle, but we'll just make it a Blobz night. Okay, we're doing it. So gray circles are odd digits. That's cute. So we have 2 odd digits in a cell summing in a cage summing to 13. How do you make 13 Ugh. Should I do this without the cage summer? I know, I like to play these with training wheels. These 3-cell cages, I just don't have great intuition for. 2-cell cages, I have pretty good intuition for at this point. 3-cell cages. I guess we know that this is 3 odd digits, right? Even without knowing anything about the cage. Because if it's 2 odd digits, this would... Oh no, that's not true. No, it is true. Right? 2 odd digits added together will make an even digit. That's always true, isn't it? 2 odds make an even, 2 evens make an even, an odd and an even make an odd. I think that's true to say that these are all odd. So how do you do this given these digits? You can't have a 9 because then you would need... That's not true. You could have 9, right? 1, 3, and 9. I was about to say a falsehood. Ugh, am I gonna just turn on the cage some? Or I think I am. Forgive me. I'm just not good at the... Oh, I already had it on. I just feel like I'm not good at this on the fly, especially on a stream. So we rule out all even digits. It's either 139 or 157, which is all of the odd digits anyway. A grumpy Groot, that does mean there is always a 1. So it does knock a 1 out of here for whatever that's worth. See, I'm tempted to just start clicking these, like 5 digits to 19. Like, I just don't have great intuition for those things. This is what? 16 and 13 is 29. So then we would need 2 digits that sum to 16. And this is 7 and 9, is that right? The sum of this and this is 12 and 18. So that's 2 digits that sum to 15. So that's either did I do that correctly? 2 digits that sum to 15. So that's either 7, 8 or 6, 9. Any other very low-hanging fruit before I have to start thinking about mathematics? You're probably right. I probably should think about the palindrome. Probably. Probably. What if I didn't? What if I didn't think about that? 21's a little annoying. I mean, it's not going to be like in a highly symmetrical place, right? So because the big gray loop. Well, wait. Okay, but I know this is a palindrome, so these 2 digits are the same. That's a fair statement, right? That's a thing that anyone would believe. And then the big palindrome loop has 1 to 9. So the small gray line is a palindrome. The gray loop is also a palindrome containing the digits 1 to 9, exactly twice each. And I've got to figure out where it starts or ends. I mean, I feel like I'm just going to be lame. I'm going to be lame. Sorry, I'm being lame. I just don't want to think that hard about it. Arithmetic on stream. basic arithmetic on stream at this hour. 21 is relatively constrained. Some of these others, not so much. Okay, I don't feel bad for looking because there's not really any that are like total gimmies. This seems like a place to hang out, right? Definitely 8 or 9 in there. This is, well, that's kind of interesting, right? Because you'd have to not have any pairs that broke this if what I've said here is actually true. These do indeed sum to 15. And that would be true here as well. Like you'd rule out anything that had 7s or 9s in both of these. I don't know, that helps tremendously, does it? Where do I want to start? Skoja, how's it going? Skoja, I solved the shoutout puzzle. It was great. It was so good. And then I should have quit while I was ahead and decided to do another puzzle, and now my brain is failing me. But these are high-ish digits. These are very low digits indeed. Oops. Oh my gosh. Just thinking about the high-ishness of these. Because down here I have a 7 and a 9. And over here I have to have a 7 or a 9. There's not a version of this that doesn't involve those, and in fact one of them does involve both with a space in the middle. So I could kind of see the palindrome hinging here, for example. That's just speculation. Oops. But I just want to think about that for a second. Just because it's pretty easy to see that I could then have 7 and 9 here in the 21 with those, that would mean that there's 2 low digits in here, which is like, there's a million low digits in there, so it's not too hard to imagine. Doesn't have to hinge right there, of course, but that feels like. Oh yeah, I tried to find a good Blobz background. In fact, I should maximize this. So, you know, this appeals to me emotionally, and that would put a 5 in the middle. Right? If it was indeed a 7-9 pair on the outside here. So this would be a 5, and this would be a 5. Which seems fine. We'll put a 2-6 on the outside here. How do I go about proving this other than just saying I feel like it? I mean, that's good enough for me. Just saying like, yeah, I've got a good feeling about it. It means there's definitely a 1 in here. That's not true. It means there's definitely a 1 in here. But that is a 1. That would mean that's a 1, 2, 3. Well, in fact, it would mean specifically that this is a 2, 3. Kind of interesting because in that digit, this means we have we have 3 odd digits in here. One of them is a 1. And I'm trying to convince you, trying to sell you on the idea that this is a 7 or a 9, right? Trying to tell you that I believe that this is a 7-9 pair, which I think would be fine here, either way. If it were the 1, 3, 9, that would force a 2 here. There's a better way to go about this, certainly, surely. Like what? What else would be true if this was true? Or should I think about more kind of subtracted? Those are big numbers, you know? They're so big. It would mean that this definitely has a 1 and 2, for example, 1 or a 2, for example. And this definitely has a 1, for example. But that would be okay because I would have already said in Blue Land that I've ruled, that I've used my low digits here and some high-ish digits here. So what do we think about this then? To be 2 of the digits would come from 1 and 2, and then we'd have 2 other digits. That seems fine. And taking away 2 low digits is okay, I think. If it was like 1 and 2, we'd still have 3 and 4 to make the 12. My brain is resisting this one, I have to tell you. Where is this digit on the line? See, Skojo sees a thing. I should see a thing. The problem is now I'm emotionally invested in this, and that's not what you want. You don't want to. You don't want to be emotionally invested in this. How could I? It's funny. I have trouble wrapping my brain around this. I think you're right. I think I shouldn't be focused on that because I think it's not. This feels good, you know. It just feels good to my. But I think I need to let it go. I think you're probably right that I should be focusing on other stuff. I know the green digit's up here. And that's cool. But there's a lot of numbers this could be. Did I do this right? 16, 29 would leave 16 and 2 digits. Or 16 and 16 would be 32, 13. Yeah, that appears to be correct. Column 8 cages, huh? I mean, those are cool cages. Yeah, I mean, this has to be doing some damage down here, right? Right. Sure. It's hard. It's kind of hard for these. Well, this one not so much. Or this one less so, I would say. But we know. But this one we're knocking out, in most cases, knocking out all of these versions that require 1, 2, and 3, right? We could hide 2 of our low digits off to the side, but we can't hide 1, 2, and 3 from there. So that knocks out. Well, wait, sorry, that's not true. Okay, I'm using this tool poorly. We can knock out this and this and this. That much I think we can do. So we know there's a 4 in there, a 5 in there. So we know there's 1, 4, and 5, and then optionally 2, 2, 3, or 7, 6. If one of those numbers was required here, kind of not. These high digits required. What do we know about this? This would be silly to pencil mark, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But 1, 2, and 3 are not there. Feels like I can do better than that, right? I can do better than that. If 2 of these required a low digit, we would know we were having a bad time. But and this guy could do 2 and 3. Did I think sufficiently about this? I'm not sure that I really did. I guess I did. Well, is there some weird trip around the world here? We know we need a one and a 2 in here. And we know we need a 1 in here. So one of these is definitely a 1. This feels very roundabout, but it means that we remove the 1. Okay, we know we need a 1 in here. It's in one of these 2 cells. We know we need a 1 in here. It cannot be in any of these cells. So the 1 for this column is spoken for. So there are no 1s in this column. Cool. In these 18 cages, there's something funny about the way these 18 cages, like, what are these going to eat something up by being that are they going to eat something up and like force it down here or something like that? Like if they both always required. That doesn't quite seem to be true, or I just am not there yet. I know you're trying to be helpful. I'm trying to not. I'm glancing over and I'm like, why am I not getting this? Like, it's clear the 1 is over here, but it's not a requirement that I have a 2, right? I haven't like ruled out a 6 in some way. Is it? I'm not required to have a 2 here though, right? Oh, I see, but it is optional. I mean, right. Right. It's one or the other, and neither of them are there. I see. Okay, so this is more like 1 and 2 or 3, right? Right. So these can be massively limited, right? This really is just 1, 2, 3. But I don't know which necessarily, but I do know that 1 is 1. So that makes sense. I still feel like I'm missing something here. I mean, it feels like I'm eating lots of 1s, or like eating lots of low-ish or low digits. Does that mean that I can't do one of the options that is I feel like there's meaningful conclusions here that I'm just doing a terrible job of seeing. See, Owen Chris has it all figured out. Owen Chris is already done, as usual. Yeah, this is, for whatever reason, I'm having trouble latching on to this one. I mean, we certainly know 8 and 9 exist out here in the ether. I guess we know that. Now we don't know that. We almost know that. We know it's not this. No, it could be. Sorry, it could be that. Because one could still hide over here and one could be down here. That would mean that we have an 8-9 here, which actually feels not totally unreasonable. Because we do have to deal with 8-9 in this land. This could have an 8-9 in it, but only if it also has a 1 in it. But that does seem to be possible if the 1 was here. And depending on where the palindrome pivots, I'm kind of trying to tell you that this isn't a 9. I don't know if that's true. It feels like I should be able to draw some conclusion from the contents of these cages and put some kind of pressure over here. You know what I mean? Like, but maybe that's not true. Like, for example, if this was 189, if I chose this as 189, then this could not be 189. So these are not both 189. I don't know if that means anything, but it's only one of these could have a 1 in it. Is that what I'm saying? But also, neither of them need have a 1, so I don't know if that's very meaningful. It only matters if I'm trying to get an 8 and 9 crammed into both of them, which if I did an 8-9 pair here, I guess I still don't really have to. Oh no, see, Owen's cracked the code already. Okay, I want to try to use my brain a little more. Oh, well, actually, is there similar thinking here? Oops. Does this require something big? It doesn't, actually. It requires something middly. This is for... Oops. The middliness of this is like the middle highness of this is sort of suspect, right? Maybe that's not quite restrictive enough. Like, it looks to me, and I'm just not seeing it, is like there should be some interplay between like these cages put pressure here and these cages put pressure here. Something like that is what I'm trying and failing to see. Or that's just not what I should be thinking about. Oh, that is a good point. And I was thinking about that with this, is that you do have to, it's a, the way this splits, it's a 50-50 split. You know, it doesn't pivot around one cell. the way some palindromes do, where you have like 1 in the middle and then 4 on both sides, but this is an even split. So that is a good point, that it does have to split on a, it's going to be the same digit twice, right? So wherever we do our split has to be at a boundary, right? Are these the places we could split here? These are like the possible seams of our palindrome, right? So if these are the... Scozer said to not think about the palindrome, but I still want to think about the palindrome. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm disobeying. So... There's still a lot of places it could have a seam, right? Well, no, that's of course not. I mean, of course this can't be a seam because these digits would see each other, and we just said they're going to be the same digit. So that's not a seam, and that's not a seam. So the seam is here, 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 or here. For this to be the seam, this would have to be a 7 or 9. For this to be the seam, this would have to be a 7 or 9. Which seems okay. I don't feel like I know enough. Like, without sort of like process of eliminationing these, it feels hard to state with certainty. I mean, like, oh, and I'm seeing in the corner of my eye that you're getting explicit with cell specific cells. I'm scared to look closely. I just want to think about, like, what are the implications of this? Oh. Hang on. What does that mean in terms of the... If those two digits were the same... I still don't feel like I know enough here. Still feels like... Well, some of these things, I mean, we can just eliminate, right? Like, if it was this one, then this would be a 7 and 9 blank, and then this would be a 7 and 9, right? We know it's not this. This seam is invalid because this seam puts this digit here. So this is not a valid seam. But this one still could be. But this seam is not valid because this seam puts a 2, 3 right there. So that is not a valid seam. This seam puts a 7, 9 here. and then a blank, and then a 7 or 9 here, which seems to be valid at this moment. This feels like it is at this moment a valid seam. Here's the seam that I like. But maybe there's some other reason that that doesn't work. Like that would make this a 7, 9, 7 or 9. Anyway, this is the seam that I like. What about these? These seams we just don't know anything. It doesn't feel like we know enough. If this is a seam, then this is a 1, 2, 3. If I had like a little more restriction on this, I feel like this is actually, I feel like we're zeroing in. Oh, and I'm trying to read your messages without actually internalizing any hints. But I think I'm on the right track. I'm just behind you and going slowly. But if I can see the value of like exploring the possible seams. But I just like, it feels at this moment like both of these seams are valid. Is that not true? That puts this digit here. Oh, I guess I just need to go further. What if I go further? If the seam is here, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, right. The seam is, there's two seams. And both seams have to be valid. Right, okay, hang on. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, if the seam is right here, then that's the same as the seam being right here. So that's, I mean, just in terms of like seamliness, that's okay. But, and then it would just be wrapped around here. But if the seam is here, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, then this is the same digit as this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So these would be the same digit. So this is an invalid seam, right? That seam is not valid. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But we didn't like this seam. We already eliminated this seam, didn't we? Because a seam here would put this 2 or 3 here. So we already don't like this seam. We've already eliminated this seam. And this seam, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, is the seam we like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, so this is this the seam? Okay, well, yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw you were being helpful, but you were being like a little too explicit for me. So I was trying to like not read exactly what you were saying, but I think, okay, so that, is that where I wanted the seam to begin with? No, I can't remember. I think it isn't. But we're saying, okay, but we're saying that this is one side of the palindrome. And this is the other side of the palindrome. Is that what we're saying? Is this what you came up with? So you said, yeah, I wouldn't. I think the logic checks out. I just the thing I wasn't that actually that you said that was really helpful was the understanding that the seams have to be on box boundaries, and then you can work it out. So that's great. Yeah. So, okay. So now I feel somewhat justified in trying to figure out the palindromes at the beginning, even though I didn't know what I was doing. So that these 1, 2, 3s sort of transpose to here, right? And this 7, 9 transposes to here. Yeah. Oh yeah, the blue on blue is bad color. Sorry about that. Let's do this blue. So then that means this 7, 9 is kind of reflected. Oops. Here. And doesn't that mean now that this is effectively a 7-9 pair on the pink palindrome? So doesn't that mean I can remove 7 and 9 as options here because they only appear once in each segment? So by removing 7, 9 here, I'm basically saying I can't that I can't do this option that has 7 and 9 in it, right? Like I'm saying that this is a no-go. So it's either 4, 8 with a 9 or 6, 8 with a 7. So it's never a 5, and it's always an 8. Is that true? Feels like I maybe took a slight logical leap there. Which is going to... yeah, that's a good way to think about it. So, because now we can think of these as two very explicit Ren bands. Okay, cool. So that means now that these are 4, 6, 8. And that 8, that gets weird, huh? One of these has an 8 in it, but I don't really want to like pencil mark that across the box. So that makes this box sort of crazy. I was just thinking like this and thinking in terms of 7, 9s. It's pretty weird. Like, this digit is this digit. This digit is this digit. Meaning that this digit is down here, but that this digit in this box, these colors are going to mess me up, is not here or here. So that means 7, 9 does not appear in here, right? Is that really true? I mean, obviously both are rolled out of here. And then both of these are here. So we rule 7 and 9. Okay, sorry, I'll look over there in a second. Okay, this is probably not a helpful thought, but all I've determined, I think, is that this is not a valid option for this. I don't know if that was helpful at all. Right. What do we know about this? Well, 7, 9, that's not 7. What else am I supposed to know about this? Maybe these were weird colors to pick for Crude's face, huh? Okay, what I love throwing tomatoes at the option box. Okay, sorry. What am I missing? It appears I can still have a 7, right? Is that not true? And I can still have... I know I have 1s. Have I ruled something out of this that I'm just completely missing? What have I ruled out of here? Are you throwing it explicit? Are you trying to hit the number 4? That's a very good aim. What? Yes, you are right. I'm sorry. I was thinking of this the wrong way. I was trying to eliminate something from the cage, but you are very correct that this cage definitely contains a 4. For sure. For sure. And that 4 is contained in these digits. So there's certainly no 4 here. And that means there is no 4 here. So this is 6, 7, 8. So we actually get a digit thanks to... Was that you, Owen? That was expert tomato throwing. Or was that Dolce? Who was the tomato tosser on that? I don't know that I've had anyone bullseye tomatoes on the... that was... Skoja. Wait, was it both of you? What are you people up to? Okay. I feel like a puppet. Okay. Yes, right. So this we have just determined is a 6-8 pair summing to 14, and that we need a 7 to complete that, which it means this is a 7 reflected in palindrome land. 9, and that's a 9. We have removed 7 from our 13 options. So this is a 1, 3, 9 now. Not a 9. And that 3 is going to remove 3 from here. This is a really interesting puzzle. I wish it hadn't taken me 500 years and Owen's prodding and Skojo's tomatoes. Skoja, I'm glad you like it. You of course are anything I've made in any way Sudoku related, you're of course very welcome to use. If you want the heat tomatoes, or if you want the magic background. Okay, that was very cool. So what did we get out of this? A 1-3 pair. Did we learn something about this then? So we got a 6-8 pair here. We got a 6-8 pair here. We got 9s. We got 7s. We already knew about that. We just didn't know the order. We certainly have more palindroming to do. That's very easy to forget. So that makes this the 1-3 pair. That makes this the 2. So now we have this cage has a 1-3 pair in it, which is pretty limited options. Either the other 2 digits are a 5, 9, or they're 6, 8. 6-8 would be interesting. But didn't we say that these have to sum to something? 15. I just was trying to figure out if one of these causes damage, and I think it. If I pull 6, yeah, right. So if I'm trying to, I seem to remember telling myself that these two digits had to sum to 15, so which is a 6-9 or a 7-8. But if I do 6-8, I have compromised both of those. So this is a 5-9, I believe, which is going to remove the 9 from here. So now there's no 9 here. So there's no 6 here. So that's a 7-8 pair. So this is an 8. This is a 7. This 5-9 reflects here. Did I get it? Oh yeah, I got it. Okay, I'm glad. Yeah, I love. That's one of the things I really like about 14s and 15s in particular, is things like that rule out one of the options. I am always charmed by that. So this is now, what is even left here? 2, 4, 6. Is that all we have left? It doesn't help us on our palindrome crusade. It does knock any 2s out of this. I don't know if we ever thought that we would ever want 2s in there, but so our palindrome is quite robust. So this is a 5. Oh, we already have a 9 in pink land. We already have a 9 in blue land. So this is just 5, and this is 9, and this is 9. This is not a 9. That's a 1-3 pair, so this is a 9. I don't want to think about this. But what are we missing then? We have thousands of digits. Is it just ones? No. We have a 1-3 pair. We have a 2. Is it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? So these are just 4s. Wait, did I make a mistake? What did I do? Row 2, column 7. No, you're right. Uh-oh. Did I just say that and put in the wrong thing? I said the right thing and then put the wrong thing. Good grief. Thank you for commenting that. I specifically said don't put a 9, and then I put a 9. That's amazing. Oh boy. That is a 5. Sorry. Why would I do that? Okay. That's still 9. And this still ends up being a 4, right? Oh, it was just that one cell that was wrong. Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for catching it. I need I used to have, well, the bot's broken right now. I gotta fix the bot. You could type alert in the chat and it would play an alert for emergencies, even though people abuse it all the time. But I do need to fix the broken bot. I need to finish this guy, the new bot, which is a cute little physical bot. And then this little bot will just live in space over my shoulder. Somehow I will suspend this bot in space. And it will, it'll do bot stuff. Okay, we've placed a 4 in here for whatever that's worth to anybody. Does that matter? 1, 3, 8, 6. I don't know if I care about that. Anyway, okay, what are we doing here? We were looking at this. So we've got digits all over our palindrome. Palindrome's lousy with digits, and that's exciting. Is there any really obvious elimination? Feels like we're getting close to being able to narrow these down a bit more, right? Especially these guys. This can't have 2s or 4s or 6s, right? No 2, oops. Is that true? No 2s, and then there's 2, 4, 6 looking here, and 2, 4, 6 looking there. So 3, 5, 7 becomes difficult, but not impossible. 1, 5, 9. The 1 would get squished over here. So it's either 1 with a 5, 9 pair, or it's 7 with a 3, 5 pair. Is what I just said true? It would be 1 with 5, 9, or it would be, and if this can't be a 5, this can't be a 9, or it would be 7, 7 with a 3, 5 pair. Well, that's the same thing I just said applies, doesn't it? 5, and that can't be 3. This is a 5 no matter what. Is that true? Because there's always, right, because this can never be a 5. We know that, yeah, there's a 5 up here, but we always have to protect the 1 or the 7, so this just is a 5. Is that a true statement? Now I suddenly feel uncertain about myself. Okay, I'm sorry. I feel like I had good momentum for a moment, and now I've really I've let the momentum slide. I was looking for very low-hanging eliminations. I already said there's no 7 in that. Wait, I can place a 9? Oh, and you're being too helpful. But I will. If it's simple Sudoku, I'm overlooking. Oh, there's a 9 in this cage, right? Not a 9 here, or here. And it's not a 4. Two, 5. Are either of those eliminated? Probably seem like it. 1, 6 or 2, 5. And the 2 is going to get knocked out of the middle. Yeah, so it's 9 with a 1, 6 or 2, 5. And this can't be 2 or 9. I don't know if that was very good, very useful. But hey. We're looking at 9s, right? I have to have a 9 in there. I feel like I'm missing the 9 conclusion. This has so many low digits looking at it. But I guess that doesn't matter. You don't actually have to have a... I think I'm feeling like I lost the thread a little bit. I just want to look at some cages for a minute. Certainly can't have a 2 in here. It's beyond useless, but it's a true statement. We already ditched the 9, the 4, and 7 from this. Also couldn't have... Feels like I should know something about this by now, right? Like, this center column just is 1, 2, 3, 9. But it's not a 9. Is that real? That's a 9? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Owen? I think this 5 is correct. I mean, I think it is. I guess I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so then we get a 1, 2, 3 triple here. We've been waiting my whole life for this. I deleted the wrong thing. I said I was waiting my whole life for it, and then I deleted it. Let's just try to hit the right shortcut. So this is not a 2 anymore. And we know there's a 1 here, or so we've told ourselves. So which of these can have 1, 2, and 3? So this is a 4, 8 pair, which is going to remove 4 from here. We have a 1, 2, 3 triple and a 4, 8 pair. So this is just a 5, 6. I made a mistake. Are we all good? This feels pretty good, I think. We have pushed a 4 up here. Oops. These are the same digit. That's not a different one. Right down here. So 1, 2, 3 feels important. There's definitely 2 over here. So this is just 2, 5, 9. And that's just a 5. And this is a 1, 3, 6, 8, but that's not a 1, 3. No, that's not true. It is true. That's a 6, 8, and this is a 1, 3 pair. Is that true? I think it might be true. So then this is a 6, 8 with a 4. Oh no, Skojo, did the tomatoes break? Oh no. Is heat broken? Heat's probably broken too. I haven't looked at heat in a long time. Oh boy. That's what happens when I have like a jobby job. Okay, tomatoes are back. Okay. The fact that you're mentioning tomatoes means I'm missing something extraordinarily obvious, I am sure. Okay, that's good to have the tomatoes back. Okay, we have a 1, 2, 3, we have a 4, 8, we have a 9. So this is a 6, 7, 8. That's not true at all. We have a 4, 8. Wait, no, it's a 5, 6, 7. Sorry. It's a 5, 6, 7. And we have the 5 here. So that's a 5. And that's a 5. And we have a 5 up there. So that's all feeling reasonable. We have a 6, 7 pair. So this is a 1, if that's still true. Sorry, I'm ignoring your tomatoes for the moment only because I am placing digits. But as soon as I lose digit momentum, I will come crawling on my hands and knees again. We need a 4, an 8, and a what? A 3? That's not an 8. And we need a 4, 6, 8, 7. Oh, wait, what did I do? Did I do something terrible? Did I do something totally wrong? Wait, which column? What did I do? What did I do? Now I'm self-conscious. Right, the 5, 6. We have the 1, 2, 3. There's definitely one over here. We know that. We got our 6, 8 pair. This is just atrocious. Do know the 3's over here. Yeah, we know the 3's over here. Okay, I've been ignoring this 18 cage for a long time now. I realize that. It's probably time to stop ignoring it. So this is what? 1, 3, 4, 6. But that's a 1, 3 pair. At least 6s all over the place. There's hundreds of 6s in this column. Why not place a 9 anywhere in here? There's no 9 in here. Definitely not a 9 in here. I just said this, so this is the 9. The tomatoes are really flying over there. So this doesn't have a 1 in it. And it has to have a 4 or a 6. It's not this one. So it's either 3 with this 6. Sorry. 4 goes with the 5. 6 goes with the 3. We already have a 5. So it can't be 4 or 5. So it is 3, 6, 3. That's a 1, a 3. Oops, 8. 4, 6 over here too, with the 1 and the 3. I hope this works, actually. I've not been paying attention to the palindrome. That's scary. That would mean this is a 1, and that would mean this is a 3. And that would mean we have these are different digits, so this is a 6. After the 2 comes an 8. 6, 7. I hope we're okay on the palindrome. This is a very cool puzzle. I've like the break-in was so unusual. I think it would have taken me a really long time to find that break-in without a prompt from Owen Chris to think about where the boundaries could fall. I just don't remember having done a puzzle quite like that. It's cool. Okay, so we got a 4, 6 pair. That equals 12, right? Or 8 here. I don't remember what we said about anything down here. What can you be? Certainly can't have a 3 or a 4. So that's 5, 7. And so that is, what, 1, 9? That would be cool. 9, that's the 1. So that finally places the 9 here. And it finally places the 1. Because we said we have to have a 1 in here. Well, the 4, 5, 7 just means it's a 1, 2 pair. So that's a 1 and that's a 2. And what's this? A 3 and an 8. 5, 7, so we're missing a 2 also. This is a 6, 7 pair. There's a 6 on here, so that's the 7 and that's the 6. So 4. Oops. Uh-oh. I made a mistake. What did I do? I made a mistake. Oh yeah. Wait, where did I falter? I mean, I can definitely see I have a 4, 6 here. I don't know where I messed up. Was it just a typo? I hope it was just a typo. Did I already go back far enough? Or am I still broken? Okay, go forward. Because this was an 8 and a 3. This needed to be a 2. Oh, that was just wrong. Wait, no, wait, what did I do? 8s and... Oh, I need an 8 up here. Not a 7. Right, okay. So that was just... Okay. I'm scaring myself for no reason. 4, 7, that is an 8. That is a 7. Okay, I see. I feel it's generous of you to call that a typo and not just a gross oversight. I appreciate that. I'll go with typo and not just gross ineptitude. You can't have a 6. Not allowed. So this is a 1, 8 pair. And this is now just 2, 3, 5. We have a very jazzy playlist today. And we did decide that this palindrome finally comes into play. Which is very cute. So what do we need? We need a 4, 6 here. And we have a 6. 4, 6, 4. We need what? We need to be better at Sudoku. 7, 8. This is like guitar solo. Just dripping. 6. How do I feel about this? I feel like I want to color Groot's face properly now. Groot like a... Is this a proper Groot color? Maybe not. Brown? Is that more appropriate? I don't know. I don't like the Oh no! This is not my best artwork, I've got to say. Okay. Okay, I'm just delaying the inevitable. Yeah, I didn't think we actually used that palindrome, but it's cute. You're right, this should be green. This is not. I just didn't have a shade of green I liked. Now it looks like the mask. Okay, I'm clicking the button. Okay. That was a very cool puzzle. I'm embarrassed by the my ineptitude of the break-in. But the interplay was really interesting. It was not easy to. I mean, once you thought about it, especially with, as Owen pointed out, like the limits to where you can do kind of your palindrome mirror. I had an instinct to something like that, and I lacked the confidence. I'm gonna say average, and I'm gonna say very nice. I gotta up this a little bit. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit. What is this adorable little dance you've got there? Who is this? Who's this? What's this dancing emote you have here? Tab 2 dance. Okay, everybody, thank you for stopping by. I'm gonna wrap up. Once again, I just cannot say how tickled I am by the dedication puzzle. Does this mean I can make requests? Can I make requests? Do you think if I just made a request, suddenly there would be a Blobz puzzle that manifested it? What should I request? That's probably going too far. I don't know if Blobz would take requests. You know what? Actually, just brainstorming slightly. I'm not saying this is certainly not a demand. It's not even a request. It's just a thought. In looking at the Yin Yang Sightline series, which is one of my favorite series of puzzles, just wondering which are probably not trivial to set. Just trying to think what is another set of constraints? What would be an exciting new set of constraints for this? We got Night Whispers. What are a fog puzzle would be cool. What's that constraint that's the well, there's two of them. There's the one that's low, medium, and high. What's that usually called? Where it's sort of a series that's a low digit, then a middly digit, then a high digit. Entropic. Yeah, an entropic yin yang sightline puzzle. That's probably really hard. I don't know. I'm just, again, it's not requests. I'm just thinking what would be cool. I haven't done any entropic lines in a while. I like the entropic lines. I'm just gonna take a look at. See, something I like the simplicities of these, because I was just thinking there's this little few German whispers, but I sort of love the starkness of these grids, because I was just thinking about other kinds of lines. But yeah, I think entropic would be a pretty cool constraint. Oh right, that probably breaks everything to say you have three colors. Scojo, you said an entropic puzzle. Is it on Logic Masters? Are you Scojo here or Scojo Salts? Entropy center. Ooh. Okay, I'm not going to do this right now. I definitely want to do this. I'm not sure if I'll do it on a stream, but I definitely want to do it. I haven't done a good entropy pose in a while. Okay, I'm really finishing. The other people stopped by. We had Ben, we had Owen Chris, we had Dolce, we of course had Skojo. Life is Yours stopped by. What else did we have today? See, with the bot broken, I don't have my like credits thing working currently. If I forgot you, I apologize. Thanks everybody. I appreciate it. I would also appreciate. I can't. The most stunning thing about this whole scenario is like my impression of Twitch. I don't watch a lot of Twitch, honestly, and when I do, it's more like YouTube, like YouTube recordings of it. But there's so much like snark and negativity from the chat, I feel like, on lots of games. But I feel like everybody who comes by that's into Sudoku is just lovely. So thank you for being lovely, Sudoku people, and I will see you next time. Bye.